All right, Coach, we welcome everybody to the Garden State. EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. This is the scene just before we came on air. This New York crowd fired up by the arrival of their G-men as they burst from the locker room. They're ready to go as the Giants get set to match up with the Buffalo Bills. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Mike, 180! Here we go. Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Motion, I got one.
LaShawn McCoy, the 31-year-old running back, his first carry. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 29-yard line.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Switch up. Watch 57's run. Watch the run.
Throwing now is Allen. He's got the connection to Cole Beasley. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's a give to McCoy. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 11 yards and a Buffalo first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Where's 52? Hey, home.
Allen now on first down. It's brought in complete. It's John Brown. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
First down, Bills.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
So the drive takes him into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 34.
Hey, Delta.
From the gun, it's Allen. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. A good pickup there, 26 yards. They're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, and hey, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 6-yard line.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal.
57's the mic. Watch 57. Okay, let's get that ball.
To the air, Allen. And that will be caught by Jones. He's got a Buffalo touchdown. It's a 6-yard touchdown pass. And the Bills take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Hauschka adds the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0.
Set to kick off.
Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
Come on, set. 60 outlaw. Smooth. I got him. 25. Check 25. Check 25. You're out. Hey, Charlie. Now.
Here's the former number 2 pick, the Pro Bowler Saquon Barkley. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
The rush defense stout on first down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
He can't hang. He's not
Operating from the gun, Jones. This is Shepard on the catch. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated.
It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Giants. Evan Ingram, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Giants are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Well, that was the fly route for a touchdown, and since he caught that one and scored it, I got to tell the story. Before the game, we were standing there. He was running deep routes, dropped one. It bounced up and just hit me right in the gut, and I said, come on, man, but there was no drop.
Yeah, you okay now?
I'm good.
All right,
I'm good.
We got the ice pack up here. You're just fine. What I loved about it was the subtlety of the route because everyone knows he's fast. They're going to play him for that route first and foremost, but sometimes it's a head fake. It's varying your speed off the line of scrimmage. It's giving the defensive back different angles to think about. Is he going inside? Is he going outside? And then, as you noted, he just took off past him. Oops, there he goes again.
At their own 26-yard line.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. So the shotgun snap to Allen. And the grab by Croft. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Brandon, they didn't get everything they wanted out of that play, but the tight end did. And I don't mean it in a positive way. Great job of him holding on after absorbing that big hit.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Out of the shotgun, it's McCoy. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. Allen going to throw. And that's complete to Croft. And flags come in as he gets forward for about 3 yards. And let's check on the call. And 5 in the secondary now for the Giants on third down.
52's the mic. Watch Mike. Watch Mike. Hey, high 7. Deep, man up, deep. No, Mike 52. Mike 52. Rap. 52's the mic, boys. 52. Let's go. Alert. 52's the mic right here, over there, right? 52.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And that will be incomplete.
And third down is a key down in any game you play. And third down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
On fourth down on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. Corey Coleman back deep to return. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. And New York set to take the field. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. It doesn't matter where you start with the football now. They have to feel great about their opportunity.
Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. These two teams all tied after one. Ready to roll for the second quarter from MetLife Stadium. The Giants with the football as they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24.
Check. 53's Mike. Check. 53's Mike. All day, baby. Go.
A handoff to Barkley. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Lorenzo Alexander brings him down.
Well, it didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Ready. 60 Pittsburgh. X3. 218. Chop it.
I got it. Check.
On third down, Jones. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. That's sacked by Tremaine Edmonds.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
And he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. A reminder coming up later tonight, Sunday Night Football, a good one from Atlanta. Eagles and Falcons, 8:20 Eastern. And then tomorrow on Monday Night Football, Odell Beckham back in New York, back in MetLife Stadium. Browns and Jets, 8:15 Eastern on Monday night. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Hey, Zoo. 56.
From the gun, Allen. And this is incomplete. Cole Beasley, the intended target, and it's third down.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground, instead going to an opposite color jersey.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Allen from the gun, he'll throw. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Dexter Lawrence in there to record the second sack of his young NFL career. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And not his best effort there, as this one's going to be spotted down just outside of the 40-yard line.
The Bills' 42-yard line.
And New York set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
Brings up second and 2 at the 34-yard line.
Let's go.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's second and 2.
Hatch, gone. Speed grip.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And finally, wrestled down at the 11. 23 yards the pickup there.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Rock it. Hit it.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
I don't know about you, partner, but on second and inches, a lot of the times I'm leery about the offensive guys thinking about taking a shot downtown. Instead, they just hand it to the big man and let him rumble forward for a first down.
Watch twist.
Hey, Sam off. Let's go.
And Barkley will try to punch it in. And he is not going to get through here on try number 1. They stop him at the goal line. Call it no gain, and it's going to be second and goal.
Second and goal at the 1-yard line.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. Another try for Barkley. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
This Buffalo defense has stood their ground. This is third and goal. Here's Barkley. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. Now we've got a giant player here slow to get up after that last play. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium.
Let's get it.
So on 4th down, on comes the Giants kicker, Aldrich Rosas, from the right hash, and this one just a chipping. Rosas' kick is good. Remember, with Rosas, there was some speculation last year in the preseason that he might not hold on to his job with the Giants.
But he certainly answered the challenge, didn't he? 32 of 33 during the regular season, 97% that is, and was named to the NFC Pro Bowl team. And by the way, at 6'3", 234, he can bench press your kicker.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
so well. Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. And here's Allen throwing again. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And he will score. Touchdown, Giants. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick sixes.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
And it's no good. No, he misses the extra point, and our score stays right where it is. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
5 wide. 57, Mike, 57. And what's that? And what's the ball?
Throwing again, Allen. He's got his running back, LaShawn McCoy. A gain of 13, it's a first down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Time to go, night. Slam. Middle.
Allen now operating from the gun. And Beasley with it over the middle. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Alert! Let's get off the field.
Hey, Foxtrot.
That's right, baby. They don't want it. Dudes. Pass 85.
Hey, wahoo!
31 to Mike. We got it.
To throw again on 2nd down. Allen. Looking downfield for Jones. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Hey, orbit.
Now Allen again. And that will be caught by Jones. He's got a Buffalo touchdown. From 21 yards away. And the Bills have cut it to within a score. Hauschka with the extra point, and that will get them one closer.
Next to score, Giants 16, Bills 14. Stephen Hauschka to kick off for Buffalo.
Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. This will be taken short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Meanwhile, checking in on what's going on in Baltimore. And it's the Ravens that have moved out to an early advantage. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. New York set to take the field. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are in the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Second and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Hey, Delta.
You go tight. You got tight. You got tight.
Look, squeeze.
Check 24. Check 24.
Look at me. Zipper. Smooth.
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he'll just keep two hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with 3rd and still 7 yards to go.
3rd and 7.
On the set.
Mike 49.
Say go.
Running left, it's Barkley. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. So we have reached halftime here in a tight 2-point contest. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Second half ready to get rolling. The Giants with a lead, and they are set to receive this kick. This will be taken very short. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. They're in the second quarter at Heinz Field. And early on, the driver's seat belongs to the Seahawks. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. Good starting field position for the New York Giants here as they come up 1st and 10.
53's Mike. Check 53's Mike.
You're out.
Bang, 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 bang.
Look at me. Door.
6 guys. Shoot.
Hard. Hey, exit. 5.
Second half begins with a run from Barkley. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
At the 37-yard line.
Let's go now. 60 outlaw. Hey, Alpha.
49. 49's the mic. 49's the mic. Here we go. 49's the mic. Watch 49. Watch the slip. Hey.
Operating from the gun. Jones. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 11 yards there. First down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it.
And he's going to go down, but a penalty marker too, and they might very well have jumped the snap there. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Following the penalty, it's 1st and 5, and you got to think offensively, all kinds of options.
Hey, high 7.
From the gun, Jones. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Oh, trying to fit it into Shepard, but it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 2. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Mike 52. I got you. Watch tight end.
So after the INT, it's Allen. It's for his running back, McCoy. And he'll get this up to the 4 right about there, and that's about it. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and it's a second down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Here's Allen to throw it. Man open left side is Brown. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air, and sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect.
31's the mic. Hey, 2. 31's the mic. All day.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. He's going to air one out. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? It creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
This is taken at the 15. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10.
Down. 18 Gators.
Mike, number 50.
Hey, Haywood.
Here we go. Mike, 53. 53. Mike.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Ready?
Jones to throw again. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Matt Milano coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. The Giants on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 17.
You think you won't get this? Check 13. Check 13.
Now.
Jones now from the gun. He'll throw. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target in the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They'll start the drive with a carry by McCoy. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
Hey, Foxtrot, Foxtrot.
Mike 52. Mike 52. Yes.
Now Allen operating from the gun. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
Well, the defensive guys won't be real happy because there won't be a sack on this play because he did get back to the line of scrimmage. But what a job they did overall. Hemmed him in and gave him nowhere to go with the football.
The Bills on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd down and 12.
Hey, long.
Hey, wahoo!
Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
Operating from the gun, Allen. And that is incomplete.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. The Bills send the punter out, standing right on his own 5-yard line. And here's a very low line drive, almost whiffed on it. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And the Giants will begin this drive in good shape, 1st and 10.
Let's go, 50, plant.
Check 53, Mike. Come on. Chance, watch that.
They'll try and get this run game going. This is Barkley. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 13 yards, good for a Giant 1st down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
53, Mike 53. Hey, pick your game up. Watch the twist.
Leo.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
Check nine.
Hey, orbit. Ready?
They keep it with Barkley on first down. And only able to muster a couple, down to about the 27. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
And they taking it right down Broadway. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Giants use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. PAT up and good by Rosas. And that makes this a 9-point game. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 23.
Kill. Monday. 57's the mic. Rock 57. Bring it. 57's the mic.
From the gun, Allen. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. John Brown, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Bills draw a bit closer. Hauschka adds the extra point, and that will shave one more off this lead.
23, Bills 21.
Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Okay, ready?
53's Mike. Check. 53's Mike.
Smooth.
Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Let's go, D.
Now Jones on 1st and 10. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Matt Milano picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Yeah, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Got it.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
At 58 is the mic. Go 58 is the mic. They're going to need some therapy after this. Switch.
Five.
Throwing Jones. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game in the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. On first down, Allen. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
On 2nd down, it's McCoy. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1.
The Bills on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
Slam. That's mine. Middle. 52 to mine.
Allen now looks to throw. And that's caught by Beasley. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. An effective 7-yard 3rd down conversion. This quarterback now perfect since the 2nd half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. To throw, it's Allen. Eluding the pressure right. Continuing to fight. Touchdown, Buffalo.
Not the first time on this drive we saw him take matters into his own hands, and this time he finishes things off with a touchdown run.
You're not going to be happy with me, but I think he took matters into his own feet, didn't he?
No. Davis from the top rope. I like it.
Hauschka with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This is fielded at the goal line. Corey Coleman, the 40, past the 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Corey Coleman. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Giants are going to jump back in front. Rosas to add the extra point. And the lead is now 2. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. This fielded at the 2. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
Let's go! At their own 17-yard line.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Mike, 57. I got you.
Hey, Alpha.
57 to Mike. 57 to Mike.
Now Allen to throw. From the gun, he'll throw. Flushed out right. Allen hit. He lost the football. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
Bravo.
Watch the run. Mike, 52. We go. 2.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. Short throw hauled in by Croft. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Looking to throw again on second down. Allen, and an alley to run. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. Josh Allen, very athletic at 6'5", showing the versatility, picking up the first on the scramble. 2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the fourth quarter.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. He'll look to throw. It's caught left side by John Brown. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. That's good for 28 yards.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
Back to throw. Allen. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
319.
On first down, it's Gore. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Allen to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
The Bills on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. He's back to throw. This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that, because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
At their own 18-yard line.
Ready?
53, Mike. Watch the slant, watch the slant. Watch the slant.
5.
53, check 53. Rush in.
Gone. And up.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. Good bounce-back win. They take the knee. Can't stop the clock defensively. Tough opening week loss, but now 1-1.
Shows that they handled things really well. A lot of teams panic after a week 1 loss, and they start to think that the sky's falling. This team realized there's a long season, and they feel very talented, and they get it done in this one.
57. Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D.
Allen down to a knee, and that should just about do it. So it's a victory here for the Buffalo Bills. And I tell you, this was a fun one. Just a close game. Nothing comes easy in this league, as you know. They had to work for that victory.
I've got to go back to what you just said. Nothing comes easy in this league. How many times have we talked to coaches prior to a game and assessed, the strengths, the weaknesses, the whole deal? Even in games when one coach was a decided favorite, what do they always say to us? But you do know this is really a 7-point league. 7 points either way usually decides